Hi guys, welcome back to Sacred Shifts and how to navigate them. So now I'm going to do water signs. And a couple of notes that I have already written down are: believe in yourself. It's time to dance and hum and sing again. It's time to just fall in love with life and recognize like this beautiful human experience for what it is. Beautiful and a learning experience. It's where we get to grow into our highest, happiest, healthiest selves, right? My eyes are like glowing with this light. And then I wrote talk with the moon and then admit you're hurt, right? And there's going to be a lot of healing in just admitting like, hey, I'm freaking hurt. This hurts. And crying with the moon and just like allowing yourself to feel these emotions that you may have been avoiding. In like either scrolling or watching tarot videos or just avoiding yourself, right? So you may be called to like sit with yourself and 111 on the timer, consciously watch your thoughts or just hold yourself and cry and ask your inner child what she needs. He or she needs. I'm a she, so obviously I say she. But my cats are playing. Yeah, so, and then I rolled the dice and what I got was North Node, Scorpio, and third house. And then I also wrote transform. It's time to stop clinging to who others think you should be. Sorry if you can hear that. My cat's scratching the back of the couch. Yeah, and you're being called to like a unique, your soul's direction, what your soul's purpose, the dream planted in you, by you, for you, right? So, and then the song I got was Chance Penna, Love Me for Who I Am, Not Who I Was. I think this is in reference to you, like loving who you're becoming, not who you used to be, right? And it's also loving like your hardships, like the times where you were like struggling, right? And then recognizing like they made you who you are, right? That's funny because I thought it was strength on the bottom, and that's what made me think like it takes strength. But now it's the King of Swords, and I do feel like you are like meant to be cutting off an old version of yourself. Like stop feeding into that version. Stop, and that's gonna take strength, right? In order to recognize like you aren't who you used to be. Love me for who I am, not who I was, right? But I feel like you've probably always struggled to love yourself, right? And to like really let your emotions in, or, you know, you may be like led by your emotions a little more than you should be. And that's also what you're being called to cut off, is like having your inner child take the reins, right? She's gonna get you, Cleo. Is she waking? She's gonna get you. Yeah, it's time to like stop holding yourself hostage to who you used to be. It's time to transform into who you know you want to be. So you may be called to like write 333 on the timer, self-concept, right? Down to the minute detail, who you want to be, everything, right? So a couple of years ago, I wrote mine and I was like, I want to be confident. I want to help people. Look what I do now, right? Like, I not only help people, but I help myself. And I cut off the people that make me feel like I can't do that. Like, yeah. And anybody that Brock's, you may know someone named Brock, you may be named Brock. Anyone that blocks your forward progression, like you cultivating your craft, you learning who you are, you planting your pentacles, you sowing your seed is what I heard. I don't know why that came through. But yeah, you're really being called to like get to work on yourself, for yourself, right? Sowing seeds, bro. Planting seeds of joy, faith, surrender, even. Like you're being called to also surrender to who you're becoming, and stop clinging to who you used to be. 4:44 on the timer. Yeah, it's time to go, bro. Cleo's going to show you her butt. There you go. But yeah, it's time to leave this old version of you. 456 on the timer. Yeah, because you're meant to be this empress. You're meant to be birthing a new you, right? A new you who puts himself out there, puts theirself out there. You don't have to be a female in order to embody empress energy. In fact, we all have both masculine and feminine energies. And really, I think it's finding balance amongst the two. I was trying to say those two words at once. Yeah, because you're meant to be building this legacy, like generational wealth. Like, I was going to say, not only for you, but your family. I don't know why I got stuck in my head for a second. Instead of getting in this bored energy where you're like, meh, it's all right, you know, I'm meh. Yeah. Yeah, you're supposed to, like, this is emotional fulfillment. It can also be like overindulging. So there may be something you're overindulging in and you're being called to like dial it back a bit. Or just like sit in gratitude with this, like, hey man, look how many freaking cups I have. That's awesome. Okay, I gotta go, guys.